Frank, things and stuff. Thought we'd come out here and give you a little update and view what's happening with the garden. Show you some of what we got. We've been getting about a plastic grocery bag full of squash about every day. They're coming in good. Had a lot of volunteer squash come up from last year, and tomatoes too. Got some good zucchini going on. There's a new little one coming right there. I've already had several big ones. We got yellow squash, blossoms all over the place. There's another zucchini. That guy, he's ready to be picked. Not bad. There's probably some more coming. I've been getting a few of them a week. Put that over there. Watermelon. They're doing their thing. Here's one that crawled over here into the squash. He's probably about 6-7 inches long. Here's another one equivalent size. They're a Charleston Gray. They should get pretty good sized. Got a bunch of honeydew coming in. You know, they're pretty good sized. We got about 5 of them like that. Been getting onions. Bugs done got to the broccoli and they got the broccoli and the cabbage, so they kind of lost cause on those. Got all kinds of peppers coming in. Got more blossoms. There's some green bells doing their thing. All these tomatoes through here are volunteers. Just came up from last year. I'm thinking they're cherry tomatoes by the looks of them, but I'm not positive. I didn't have cherries planted here. Here's our purple bell peppers. That plant's loaded down. He's about ready to go. Yeah, I know. I need to get back out here on my weeds. I don't like using a lot of chemicals and things like that in my garden. It takes me a while to keep them weeded. Got cayennes down here starting to go red on me. They're already pretty hot. I mean, like the fire, that's the fire. Sugar snap peas doing their thing. Tomatoes are kind of smothering them a little, but they're hanging in there. We mostly just snack on those. They're all along the fence. There's more. I got some weird squash coming here. I've got 2 of them off of it so far. They're not like regular yellow squash. They're shaped a little different, but I've never had anything like them planted, so I don't know if it's maybe some of them crossbred or something. Possibility. Here we got some gypsy peppers. There's more of them. The squash are kind of taking over. It's alright though. They'll still keep growing in the shade. Over here we got some Big Jim chilies. They're pretty good. A bunch of them. And we got our squash coming in here. More of them. There's some. There's a double set. Get more back there. Tomato, I got to come out and stake it up. It's splitting over, starting a new branch over, and getting too big. I'm not sure if those are can't remember where I put the pineapple tomatoes or the Cherokee purples, but they're all doing good. Got tomatoes all over the place. See, come back here, and more squash ready to be picked right there. I've been getting just wads of squash every day. Roma tomatoes, they're doing good. We got just bunches and bunches of Romas all over the place. We should start harvesting some of them soon. As soon as they start turning red on us. There's more back here. Plenty of them. I just love the smell. The tomato plant smells so good. Like I say, here's some more of our volunteers that plant any of these, and they are getting loaded. I believe they are cherry also, just the way the clusters look. It's just funny though, I didn't have cherry tomatoes back here last year. But I'm not going to throw them out, I'll take them. The boys come out here and they get them handfuls of peas all the time, they're just so good. Squash, he's climbing up the fence. That's that oddball one with the weird shaped squash on it. Definitely a climber. More peas. Dad's garden, his is doing pretty good. He's just got wads of banana peppers. Them guys are loaded down. Plenty more blossoms coming. They get huge. He's got wads of big tomatoes. He's not into fried green ones, or we'd be tearing them up. Fried green tomatoes are good, but it's not him. His green bells are coming in. He's got some good ones in there. Cucumbers are going wild. We've been eating several of them every day. Cutting them up with ranch. Look at the size of that big sucker right here. I think I'm going to pick it and take it in with me. It's a little too big, really, but massive. There's wads more of them. See, plenty of tomatoes. He's got his watermelon over here doing good, but I don't see any melons coming out yet. It's a different type than mine. I can't remember what he got. But we just wanted to give you a little update and show you how things are going. And oh yeah, we got our cantaloupes over here planted. They were late starting getting them in, but they seem to be doing okay. We got little blossoms all over them, so hopefully we'll have some cantaloupes again this year. But I guess we'll let you go for now. That was just a little update. If anybody's got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. We always love the input. Well, we'll talk to you later. You guys have a good one.
Folks, it's Josh from Things and Stuff. And Gavin, say hi.
Hi.
So, Frank seems to think I have a much better garden than what I have. It's a decent little garden, but it's small. So, I would say it's probably 10 feet by probably 25 or 30 feet. Here's your little overview of it, whole thing. And I guess we'll start and run through everything real quick and show you what I actually have. Right here in the corner, this is a giant Marconi pepper, which they get about the size of a Bubba cup. We've already had 2 or 3 off of it. Well, 4 it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4 we've already had from it. But yeah, it's just a big sweet Italian grilling pepper is all it is. And next to it we have the Cherokee Purple. We have a big diesel in the background. Go away now. Okay, the Cherokee Purple here, which there's 2 huge ones here in the bottom, but this one's starting to split a little bit, so it may end up being used for fried green tomatoes, which is absolutely fine by me. I love me some fried green tomatoes. So yeah, this is the Cherokee Purple, and it has a tendency to make doubles. The blooms are double blooms, and it ends up with double bottom tomatoes like these. So it'll be a big beefsteak type tomato. Here we've got the Roma tomato, which is hanging full of tomatoes, but I mean, this thing is like a Christmas tree. It really is. It's like a Christmas tree full of ornaments. They're just everywhere. But we've been having a little bit of a problem on this one with blossom end rot, which from the research I've been doing is usually caused by calcium deficiency. But in Romas you can't say that. It's not the soil necessarily, because they're an elongated fruit, the shape of the fruit actually sometimes can cause the blossom end rot. Then we have here the pineapple tomato, which is just hanging full, kind of like the Roma. 2 really big ones down here. Earlier in the season we were having a problem with this plant. For some reason the tomatoes would get about the size of this small guy here, and bust open. They would just split open down the side. We never did find out exactly why it was doing it, but it stopped. So, I don't know. Don't really know. Anyways, here's the pepper row. We've got jalapenos here. We just harvested some earlier. I might put a little clip in the corner of that. We got a handful of them off for supper tonight. We've been doing a lot of stuffed peppers. Here's the gypsy peppers. We've had several of these as well. The stuffing that we've been using is just cream cheese and shredded cheddar cheese and bacon bits. This is a Big Jim chili. We harvested a great big one off it earlier. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but those great giant Marconis there, they actually will get about the size of a Bubba cup, or one of those big insulated koozie cups that everybody's using these days. We've got a purple bell, and they're a little dirty because we've had some rain here the last few days. It's splashed up on them quite a bit, but it's such a cool looking pepper though. We've got a couple of regular green bell peppers here. They're just plain old green bell peppers. We've got okra, whole row of okra here, and it's in bloom today. I actually had a few blooming yesterday as well. When they bloom, the flower falls off. I'm looking for one that has done it already. I know there's one down here. The flower falls off. See, the flower pods are long and skinny, and then the okras are fat. This comes out from underneath the flower. Then here next row we have all kinds of yellow crooked neck squash. This whole row actually is consisted of volunteer squash that Frank gave me this year from his garden. I'm sure you saw plenty of those in his segment of the video. We got a sugar snap peas and Alaska gray, or Alaska, I can't remember. Peas don't do good here, we've discovered. They never have. We've tried 2 crops in that row so far this year, and neither one of them has done well, including the ones that are there now. I mean, there's a few small peas here and there, but peas don't seem to do too well here. Then we have more crooked neck squash here. There's just 2 or 3 plants here. Got a huge zucchini there that's taking over this garden. Here we have, in between these, we have black-eyed peas. These are actually the second crop for this row. Earlier in the season we had a row of turnips there that were 7-top turnips that actually put all of their effort into growing big luscious green tops that you make greens out of. So yeah, there's the black-eyed peas hiding there. We got a watermelon here that's about pee-wee football sized. Then we got another one here, another one right beside of it. Not quite as big, obviously, you can see. Got a little watermelon hiding in here. Got a honeydew there. And then let me go around here to the other honeydews. We've got a couple in here that are decent sized. Another big one right there. The corn I'm 6 foot tall, and it's eye level with me in some places, so it's 6 foot tall-ish. We've got some small ears that are starting. We got one here that's even got some silk. There's another one up at the other end that's got some silk. Moving on around here, here's our big watermelon. It's probably about football sized, I would say. And then there's another small guy hanging out here next to it. Kind of expect to see a honeydew popping out here somewhere in this area pretty soon, just judging by the way they grow. And here's Gavin's 2 little small rows of carrots, which this one's kind of being taken over by the watermelon, but they're doing pretty good. This single row of carrots here, for some reason, we don't know why, it just did not do well. The seeds came from the same bag, and it's in dirt a foot away from the ones that did really well, so who knows, maybe too deep, maybe not deep enough, never know. Maybe just give them too much water at the start. So, anyways, Xander, how about not laying in the garden? Come on, dude. Come here, fathead. Let's not lay in the garden. Thank you, buddy. You know you're a dork, right? So, Gavin, what do you think about the garden?
Still a pretty good garden.
It's a pretty good garden?
Yep.
Well, I appreciate you helping me in it. Give me 5. You're a good garden helper.
Thanks. And you're welcome.
I'm welcome. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome.
And I'm welcome again. It's fun. I love it. Gardening with my son. He's great. He enjoys it. He likes getting out here and helping Dad with the garden. So, anyways, I don't know if you can see this beads of sweat on my head, but it's getting hot. So, I believe I want to move into the air conditioning and maybe edit down some video. Guys, we appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you subscribing. All that good stuff. Drop us a like. Don't forget to share. And hopefully we'll see you in another video pretty soon. We know we've been kind of slack on making videos here, but and I'm not making excuses. That's our fault. We've just been really busy with the holidays and having kids running around and swimming pools to play in and all that good stuff. So hope everybody else enjoyed their holidays. I'll say about 6 more times, and I guess I'm gonna head in the house. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next go round.